It's a beautiful day today and we're going to be reading some more Reddit stories and I hope you guys are excited. Am I the a-hole relationship stories, entitled people, that sort of stuff today, and I'm super excited to get into it and I hope you guys are too. If you enjoyed today's episode and you want to join the family on the channel, make sure you subscribe if you want to. And with that being said, enjoy guys. Am I the a-hole for not giving my son a list of clothes to pack for a trip since he called me an a-hole for assuming that he couldn't think for himself? My son's 16, lives with my ex. She lets him do whatever he wants. Anytime I try to suggest that he do something different, I get on for thinking that he's stupid and that he can't make his own decisions. I've got 2 younger kids with my wife and we invited my son to come on a trip to the mountains before school starts. He asked if we were camping, which he hates. I said no, we were staying at a hotel. He came along, he packed flip-flops and underwear and shorts and a couple of t-shirts. No jacket, no hoodie, no shoes, no rain gear, no nothing. He ended up going back to the car on our hike because it was so hard in flip-flops. He stayed on the side when we went cliff jumping because he didn't bring swim trunks. He more or less spent the entire trip being bored because he didn't pack right. After I dropped him off, I got a call from his mother giving me for him being bored on the trip since he couldn't participate. I sent her back the text that him and her sent me last time I sent him a list of stuff to bring on a visit with me, where they berated me for treating him like an idiot who couldn't think for himself or what he needed. They're ignoring me now. Am I the gay hole? No, you're not the gay hole, OP. Definitely not. They're probably ignoring you because there's nothing they can even say. This comment says not the gay hole. There's a delicate balance to be struck when it comes to parenting teenagers. Teach them responsibility, but also let them face the natural consequences of their actions. It's pretty clear that you're trying to set the stage for your son to become self-reliant. Maybe next time he'll remember the value of proper planning. The comment below that one says hopefully, but it sounds like the other parent's indulgence is cultivating an attitude of no accountability or responsibility where their kid does whatever, and if their lack of common sense ends up with the kid being unhappy, it's everybody else's fault. Yeah, definitely. Like, oh no, I can't be blamed. The parent. This comment says not the a-hole. You got a call from his mother, but they say that you're the a-hole who thinks he can't think for himself. Lol. Yeah, this comment. Kid hopefully learnt something. Mum clearly didn't. Yeah, like the last time where OP did this, where OP said they berated me for treating him like an idiot who couldn't think for himself what he needed. Yeah, how silly. That doesn't make any sense. The top comment says not the gay hole. He's a teen. He won't learn by listening. Also, I feel like going on a trip to the mountains kind of implies that you should pack normal shoes. I love my flippy, so I didn't learn to wear real walking shoes the easy way, and maybe he needs the same experience to learn how important these kinds of things are. Edit to add, I find it interesting he still sat on the sidelines because he didn't have swim trunks, yet he packed shorts. Was that his decision to sit out? Edit number 2 so people don't have to go looking. OP says that he did tell his son what the planned activities were, and yeah, his son had access to hoodies and swim trunks bought by OP and recently so they weren't old or didn't fit, but just chose not to pack them. And OP said yeah, he had thick sweatshorts. The comment under that says not the gay hole. Teenagers are stupid, but they think they're geniuses. Thank you for the laughs. Yeah, this one too, not the a-hole. Them ignoring you is as close as you're gonna get to them admitting fault. I've got a very strong feeling that if either of them still felt they had a leg to stand on, they'd still be letting you hear about it. Yeah, definitely, that's such a good point. Them ignoring you means they don't have a leg to stand on, and they know it too, but also they won't apologize either. Yeah, you're so not the a-hole, OP. The next one says, am I the a-hole for telling my sister she's not really the kind of mum that she says or thinks that she is? My sister will call her Camantha. Oh, will we now? 40s, is much older than me, mid-20s. Camantha is a mum and it's her whole personality. She constantly posts on social media that her home is open to any kid who might not feel like they have a place to go. She gets real into it and every 5th or so she posts one of those memes about being the cool place to crash, or that she wants to be the house where all the kids can just walk in and grab a soda. She has her kids' friends call her Mama K, whatever. Recently we were talking on the phone and she cursed and said, not again, and said that she had to be quiet so that nobody knew that she was home. She then ranted about her neighbors who yell and scream all the time, and their daughter who we'll call Annabelle 7. I guess Annabelle and Camantha's daughter Pedal 8 are friends. Okay, these names are too much. Annabelle comes over every day, or tries to, rings the bell and sits on the porch if they aren't home. Camantha said when Annabelle comes over she's always asking for food and Camantha feeds her most days. Camantha said that Annabelle's older sister Betty, 15, refuses to go into the house when the dad's home. She'll even sleep on their porch. What? To me, this screams that these girls are at the very least food insecure, likely neglected, and possibly abused. Camantha said that she was done dealing with somebody else's kid. I laughed and said, so much for all the Facebook posts then. Oh, she was pissed off. She asked me what I meant and I said that she posts about being the cool mum and the place all the neighborhood kids could crash, but when somebody actually seems to need that safe place, she's hiding in her bathroom and pretending that she's not home. I said that I guess she's not really the kind of mum that she says that she is. She went mental, screaming at me about how I don't know anything. Granted, Camantha said that she'd be fine with it if the girl girls didn't bully peddle in school. I asked her what Annabelle had done to bully peddle, and she said that occasionally Annabelle doesn't sit with peddle at lunch, and one time kicked mulch at her during recess. To me, these didn't sound like bullying, but like typical playground conflicts, and a frankly pretty weak excuse, and I told her so. Anyway, Camantha isn't talking to me currently and keeps on sending me hateful texts about not knowing anything about kids. While I 100% don't think that she's responsible for dealing with Annabelle, I do think that she's being an a-hole for saying that she's that kind of mum on the internet, but they're not actually doing it when it's happening in real life. So am I the a-hole? I don't really feel like any of this matters that much. The real issue here is why that kid is sleeping on the porch. Forget about the drama that you have with your sister, OP. Edit, I did ask during the call if she had called CPS on the parents. Camantha said that she doesn't have enough evidence to make a report. I told her that sleeping outside rather than inside because the dad was home was evidence, and she told me to shut up and not tell her what to do. I also live 3 states away and I don't know any of the addresses or even the streets that Betty and Annabelle live off, so I don't actually think I can call CPS, as all I have is a third-hand conversation as evidence and no specific location. Yeah, this comment, not the a-hole, but for God's sake, please notify whatever authorities available in your country and get those girls help. Your hypocritical sister is not who you should be focusing on here. Yeah, 1,000,000%, that's definitely not the main issue here. The comment under that says, if Camantha's real name is Samantha, that would be so funny. And the one under that too, OP, let's call her Camantha. Me, why? Why would you do that? This one says, I actually love it. I've got a stuffy named Jimothy, and I think he needs a sister. Yeah, I don't really know how I feel about this one. The comments are all over the place too. This comment says, I mean, apparently she has been taking care of the kid a lot, but is getting tired of doing so. Your reaction's weird. Instead of wondering if the kids are okay, if she needs help to call CPS, you go ha, so you only go 110% for 90% of the time? Like seriously, everybody sucks here, you more than your sister. At least she has tried to be a haven for that child, but it's becoming too much. Not knowing that CPS doesn't need a full dossier is an understandable lack of knowledge. Like it says there, Annabelle comes over every day, or tries to, rings the bell and sits on the porch if they aren't home. Camantha said when Annabelle comes over, she's always looking for food, and Camantha feeds her most days. So yeah, like that comment said, it's not like the sister hasn't been doing anything. This comment says you the gay hole because she is that kind of mum. She just doesn't have to actually parent and feed somebody else's kid every single day. You don't seem to see the difference between what she claims she is and what Annabelle needs from her. She's offering temporary assistance to kids in need. She's not responsible for raising other people's kids just because she wants to be the cool mum or the hangout house. As a matter of fact, Annabelle's neediness prevents her from doing what she loves and helping others. Annabelle needs more than the cool mum or what the hangout house can offer. But then the comment above that one, not the a-hole, she needs a harder reality check. You should also call her a hypocrite. She's all big talk but no action. OP said in the comments, I did ask her during the conversation if she had called CPS. She said that she doesn't want to rock the boat when she doesn't have concrete evidence of anything. I told her that sleeping on the porch rather than being around a parent is definitely evidence of something, and she told me to shut up and stop telling her what to do. The comment below that says you don't have to have concrete evidence to call CPS. That's the whole point of CPS. You see something that looks off, you alert CPS, they investigate, and depending on what they find, then they can step in. It's not like a trial and she's not under oath or something. My neighbor's kids regularly come over asking me for food because they don't have any, and if their father's home, the kids are so uncomfortable they prefer sleeping outside. That's a totally valid reason to call CPS. Your sister sounds unhinged. This comment says, I'd say the sister is definitely the a-hole for being annoyed with these girls rather than not trying to help them. Yeah, they're not hers, but who the hell lets the neighbor kid sleep on the porch rather than go inside? No evidence, my ass. You have a phone. Take a picture. She's feeding her constantly. That's evidence. Harder to prove, but it's evidence. Yeah, somebody has to call child services for the kids. That's the issue here. This comment says, everybody sucks. I pity the children. Okay, the next one is on the relationship subreddit. My 35 male wife, 35 female, keeps me awake all night if she can't sleep or won't sleep. We've been married for 6 years. She's a stay-at-home mum to our 5 and 1-year-old. I'm a surgeon who works 12-hour plus days from 7 in the morning. As the title says, really, I should note that both of our kids are crap sleepers, particularly the second. She feeds him to sleep during the night and he sleeps in our bed. This has happened several times, but I'll give an example. Last night we had severe winds which she has trouble sleeping through. Because she couldn't sleep, she kept waking me up every time I fell asleep. She was getting increasingly angry but claimed that her earplugs weren't working, insulting me for sleeping through the storm. And when our son woke up, she then handed him to me at around 1 in the morning. He absolutely hates being with anybody other than her overnight, so he hysterically cried with me for well over an hour. This all woke up my 5-year-old as well. Even after she took him back, she just continually woke me up every time I fell asleep. I think I got about an hour sleep last night overall, which obviously is not great in my line of work. This isn't the first time that it's happened either. She claims that I'm snoring and repeatedly disrupting her sleep. If she gets fed up with my son feeding, she'll just hand him to me to cry but then take him back after after an hour or so, which just reinforces the crying. She has also done this when she's been up late on her phone watching TikToks. She also refuses to sleep train despite all of this. I stay up late with her after the kids are asleep, helping around the house. She constantly complains that I never watch the kids and probably relax all day at work. I don't, and I don't deserve to sleep so much. I don't. I'm not as good a parent as her at all, and I don't claim to be, but when I'm at home, I do my best and I always take the kids to give her time to herself. It's getting to the point where I'm exhausted. She's able to lie in with the kids until 8 or 9, but I have to wake up at 5:30. I don't know what to do, and I don't know how to resolve this dangerous situation. I have suggested sleeping in a different room for the snoring, but she said that it would be unfair for me to sleep uninterrupted while she's up with the kids. Wow, the top comment. Your wife sounds like an asshole. This comment says, I'm praying this one's rage bait. If I found out that my surgeon had an hour of sleep, I'd be livid. You're putting people's lives at risk. This comment says, I almost married somebody like this. It was brutal. Never being allowed to feel safe in your own home. Purposeful sleep deprivation. Yeah, no thanks. I'd honestly say that OP is beyond reasonable, and he's exhausted all efforts having read this post. He should be formulating an exit plan. This comment says, honestly, yeah, I'm sure that she's stressed out, but what makes her think that he isn't? Yeah, and even said, oh, you probably relax all day at work. Come on. This comment says, unfortunately, she has her role and she's not doing well with it. Your job demands precision, and rest is a matter of life and death. This isn't a situation where you can be that flexible, as you have one of the most taxing jobs I can think of. That being said, could you afford to get her some paid help during the day to alleviate her burden, so that when night comes, she's more rested and better able to focus on her responsibility? OP said, I've suggested this to her many times, but she refuses to entertain the idea of daycare or a nanny for our 1-year-old, similar to sleep training. Our eldest attends school. Yeah, right, so you're trying to figure out what to do, but your partner's not having it. Like, what are you meant to do then? The comment below that one says, fellow stay-at-mum with a physician husband here. Your wife is being totally unreasonable. Maybe an unpopular opinion, but your job comes first. I've spent many a day and night exhausted caring for our child who isn't sleeping or doing things around the house, but that's the role that I took on. Since people's literal lives are hanging in the balance, his sleep is more important than mine on a given day. Yeah, sure, it sucks sometimes, but that's the way that our jobs work, respectively. Somebody said, what about a night nurse to handle the 1-year-old overnight? OP said, unfortunately, she's very anti any kind of sleep intervention or help with our kids, even though she struggles. I'll suggest it again though. So, did your partner want to be a stay-at-home mum, OP? It sounds like they hate it. This comment says, your wife is very unreasonable and selfish. She has a little respect for you and your job. A surgeon relaxes all day. She sounds like she's a burnt-out mum from being a stay-at-home mum. So have a chat with her what would be the best way to support her. Yeah, but by the sounds of it, OP has tried that and she's not interested in any of the solutions. Maybe she doesn't like being a stay-at-home mum, and would it be better to go back to work and have the kids in daycare? Yeah, but then once again, OP said that she doesn't want daycare. She also needs to support you to be able to do your job, and that means being well rested. You up at work from a lack of sleep could make you lose your license and therefore livelihood, so your wife needs to support you in doing your job, or else you guys are going to lose, presumably, the comfortable lifestyle that you live, and she'll need to go back to work. The comment under that says, unreasonable and selfish. Are you kidding? She's an abuser. She's abusing him. And such a hard situation too, because OP has tried to help, is trying to offer things that might help, but then the partner's not interested, or isn't willing to give it a go or something. Yeah, this one too. She doesn't sound really interested in solving anything, just complaining. Her misery wants company. I would have lost my patience long ago. This whole thing about not sleeping in a different room because it's not fair to her, that's just not how it works. It's no more fair that you have to be awake for 14 plus hours without any sleep, potentially endangering others. She has to agree to remedy some of this. I'm sorry, OP, by the sounds of it, you're being extremely rational and understanding, but good luck. Yeah, for real, good luck, OP. And I understand why you're on the subreddit too, because you've tried everything. Like, what the hell are you meant to do now? And OP said in the comment section that they're a neurosurgeon. Like, I'm sure to be any surgeon, you need to be well rested, but a bloody neurosurgeon? No, your partner's being super stubborn and unreasonable, OP. Yeah, good luck, OP. The next one that we're going to read is on the Entitled People subreddit. It hasn't even been 2 weeks since your mother's funeral, but can I have money? I'm posting since my mother-in-law is not on Reddit. Her mother passed away and we recently went to help pack up some belongings to get ready to sell her house. Mother-in-law received a friend request from one of the home health helpers. Mind you, this woman was the most recent helper and only assisted her mother for a week. After her health began to decline, the family stepped in to help around the clock, so home health was no longer needed. She asked my mother-in-law to call her, but since she was busy and didn't get to it, the woman called her over the messaging app. She proceeded to tell mother-in-law that her car died while she was taking care of her mum, so now she couldn't work and didn't have any food. She then asked mother-in-law to get her food or something. Mother-in-law politely declined and told her of a few local charity and churches that could bring her some food, but that she was unable to do so. We want to believe the best in people, but I feel like she got the impression that mother-in-law would get an inheritance and decided to try to get something out of it. It was implied that since her car died while helping her mum, that our family owed her. If she is in need, we really feel for her. But I also found this inappropriate to ask when it hasn't even been a month since mother-in-law's mother passed away. Like, I feel like there are other resources that she should have gone to first. Clarification, she was a caregiver company, not home health, my mistake. She had both, so I'd mistaken which woman this was. I also want to say that this woman knows that my mother-in-law lives out of town from where her mother lived. She had no idea we were there packing, which is why I believe she asked with the intent of my mother-in-law sending her money for food, because in normal circumstances, she couldn't have gone and bought groceries for her. The locks have been changed already and she has no access to the home. The request was made verbally over the phone, but we're going to report it and I'll update if something notable happens. Yeah, wow, that's so wild. Yeah, this comment, wait, what? You're saying a non-related individual employed by your family for a week had the stones to call after great mother-in-law passed away, asking for money that she wasn't owed? Jesus Christ. And here I'd foolishly gone and thought that I'd heard everything. The comment above that says, this is a huge issue. You should call the company that she works for. This is somebody who would have no qualms about exploiting vulnerable clients. Yeah, it definitely seems like that, doesn't it? And this one too, super ick. Your mother-in-law had the perfect response. The next one's called, am I the a-hole for wanting to break up over my girlfriend's drunk mistake? Using a throwaway account because I'm really at a loss here and I just want to get some outside perspectives. My girlfriend, 26 female, and I, 28 male, have been dating for about 2 years. We've always had a strong, loving relationship, and I thought we were heading towards something serious. A few days ago, she went out with her friends to celebrate a friend's birthday. I had to work late and I couldn't join them, but I told her to go and have fun. I trusted her completely, never had any doubts that she wouldn't be safe with her friends. The next day, she came over to my place looking really upset. I thought something bad had happened to her or her friends. We sat down and she told me that she needed to confess something. My heart sank because I could tell it was something serious, but I had no idea what was coming. She explained that she got really drunk that night, way more than usual. While she was at the bar, she saw a guy who looked just like me. In her drunken state, she thought it was me and went up to him. She called out my name and he just smiled and started talking to her. So she ended up spending the rest of the night with this guy thinking it was me. Bullshit. She did. What a load of crap. She kept calling him by my name and apparently he never corrected her. They danced and talked and left the bar together. She said that she was convinced it was me even when they left. She was not OP. This is where my heart actually stopped. It wasn't until she woke up the next morning in a stranger's bed that she realized it wasn't me. She was horrified, left quickly, and came over to confess everything. She was crying and said that she never meant to cheat on me and that it was a horrible mistake because she genuinely thought that she was with me. I'm in dispute with myself. On one hand, I get that she was drunk and confused, but on the other hand, she still ended up sleeping with somebody else. It hurt so much to think about, even though she says that she thought it was me. That's not real. Like, there's no way. I love her, but I'm struggling to see how I can trust her again after this. Am I the a-hole for thinking about breaking up over this? I'm pretty insecure when it comes to trust and cheating inside a relationship, but she still cheated, even if it was in her vulnerable state. She was still honest about it and seemed to regret it deeply, but I'm not sure. Plus, her friends were there and they knew me. They could have stepped in or done something. Yeah, what a load of crap. That's not real OP. And yeah, the friends would have said something. Yeah, the top comment, not the a-hole. Bruh, that story ain't it. Yeah, what a load of crap. She knew what she was doing, OP. The comment under it says, not the a-hole. That story doesn't make sense. Think about it like this. What's more likely? She was so drunk that she spent the entire night with another man, calling him your name, and not one of her friends corrected her, or she knew exactly what she was doing, and is now trying to tell you a story that makes her cheating seem less hurtful by telling you that she thought it was you. Sorry, dude, but I'm not buying it. And OP said, yeah, I think I just needed some clear words to hear to end it for good. Thank you. This comment says, I've been drunk and I've seen plenty of people drunk. Never once have I seen somebody so drunk they confuse somebody for somebody else for hours, not even including the going with him and sleeping with him. She got drunk, thought he was cute, and slept with him. Felt guilty and decided to spin some ridiculous BS story in hopes that you'd forgive her. If you do, she'll use this in the future again, since she knows that it'll work. Not the a-hole, but you should definitely end it with her. Yeah, I don't really have any sympathy for her either. I don't feel like this was a mistake. OP, there isn't somebody else in the world that looks that much like you that she wouldn't have realized after hours of being with them. That's an absolute BS story. It's not that easy to confuse people. People don't look that similar, especially somebody that you're with all the time, like your partner. I'm pretty sure you know your boyfriend when you see them. Oh, I'm so sorry, OP. Another cheating piece of crap. Here we go. God, I thought it was you. Even when we showed up at their house and it wasn't your house and all that sort of stuff, and absolutely everything was different. I never really picked up on it. Oh, silly me. Yeah, this comment, it wasn't until she woke up the next morning in a stranger's bed that she realized it wasn't me. Did she think you moved or something? How did she not realize she wasn't at your place? If this is real, she's lying her ass off. Yeah, this comment, not the a-hole, she got horny and screwed around. Ditch her. Yeah, 100%. Oh no, I didn't know it wasn't you. Yeah, sure you didn't. This comment says, you've got to be kidding me, bro. End this now with her. She not only cheated, but she completely insulted your intelligence with this story. Jesus, did she have a sister? Have a beer and then go bang her and use the same excuse. That's ridiculous. You deserve a hell of a lot better. The comment above that says, that is such bullshit. So she spent an entire night talking to somebody without realizing it wasn't you. So she slept with somebody in a house that isn't yours without realizing it wasn't you. If that's true, your girlfriend knows nothing about you and doesn't have enough mental energy to make toast. She got tipsy, got laid, but now in the light of day wants a do-over. Not the gay hole. If you break up, if you take her back, get a vasectomy. You two are much too stupid to have children. Yeah, no, I don't feel like you're stupid, OP. But I'm so happy that you're not falling for this. And that's enough for today, I feel like. That was such an adventure and I hope you guys enjoyed it. We need to read something wholesome. This guy gets it. Love my wife. Oh, that's so beautiful. I don't know what else to say. That's so cute. What a legend. It feels good to read that after what we've read today. Thank you for watching, everybody. I hope you had a wonderful time today. And if you did, make sure you let me know down below in the comment section. And also subscribe if you want to. And the comment of the day today goes to Hazel A. Harper. As much as I love all Vincey content, whenever I said that he's returned to Nice Guys, I let out an audible cheer. Oh, thank you for that comment. I appreciate that so much. And also thank you for saying that you love all of my content. YouTube's a sort of funny one for that because you do sort of have to evolve your content over time. It's really hard to do like one thing and only one thing and never change it. So yeah, I've definitely had to evolve the content over the years. And yeah, I do really appreciate that. I feel like the videos are super fun too. But yeah, there's something about the Nice Guys that are so fun. Not the actual Nice Guys, they're not fun, but reading about them is. Okay, I'm out of here. Thank you for all the support, everybody. Make sure you look after yourself and make sure you have a beautiful, amazing rest of your day. And you know what I'm about to say because I say it every single day. Bye!